Hello, wonderful humans, and welcome back to Sargy Style. I'm Sarge, and I am so excited to have you here, whether you're new or returning. Welcome! If you like what I'm doing, please subscribe, give me a thumbs up. Any type of positive feedback or negative, let's be real, I can take constructive criticism, is super appreciated, and I'm just glad you're here. So today I wanted to talk about basically having a smaller battery than the average individual. And what I mean by that is when, and I'm going to talk about it from my perspective because I don't want to make any assumptions about what it's like to live in someone else's body. So in my body, I feel like I have a much smaller battery in terms of energy than most people. So what is reasonable for me to accomplish in a day and how much energy I can put out in a day is generally much smaller than the average person. And this is something that I have had to learn how to really accept. And I kind of realized it today because I had a really good day and I'm still feeling really, really worn out, and it's only the afternoon. And so what I mean by that is, like, I went on a couple errands with my mom. I don't drive at all. I can't drive because of some of my health situations. So my mom was helping me run some errands today, and we had lunch together, and it was all really positive. Nothing stressful happened. I wasn't in any super sensory overload situations. Everything was familiar. Everyone was polite and kind, so there was no reason that I would be exceptionally triggered or overwhelmed or anything like that. But when I got home, after I sort of sat down and took a deep breath, I was like, dang, I am worn out. And we were out for like a few hours. I don't really know how long. I just don't feel like doing the math right now. But it was a few hours. It was the morning, basically, So, but that's like pretty much it for me for the day. And after I finish filming this video, I have to go into rest mode. And it made me really stop and think about the fact that one of the biggest challenges that I personally go through and deal with living with chronic illness is that I just plain and simple have a smaller battery. And I don't have the same amount of energy reserves that the average person does, and I am not able to do as many things as an average person can in any given day. Like for today, again, using today as an example, I would love to be able to do a couple chores around the house, tidy up, maybe help Lee get dinner started, things like that. But I know that if I do that, I am going to deplete myself further and further and further, only making my pain go up, my exhaustion go up, and all of that. And so something that's been really hard for me to come to terms with is this smaller battery. And then something that's been really hard for me to figure out is exactly how big the sucker is. Like, how much energy do I really have in any given day, and what is a reasonable expectation for me to have of myself in terms of what I can accomplish and what isn't. And to be quite frank, it changes depending on the day, depending on my symptoms, and depending on the activities that I'm doing. Right now, I am coming due for my IVIG, and that when I'm a few days before an infusion, I tend to have more pain, more neuro symptoms, more fatigue, all of those things. And I also tend to just be more flary. I don't know what the right word is for it. I've also had a crazy, hella stressful week. there's no way around it. It's been redonk how hard this week has been emotionally for me. And a lot of it has come down to managing insurance and getting things paid for or covered, or people running my insurance incorrectly. And it's been a lot of me spending all day on the phone dealing with insurance and dealing with different pharmacies. I actually manage 6 different pharmacies and have, I don't even know how many insurance things I have. But juggling all of that, it's been a really big week for me managing all of that. So I think I kind of started today at a deficit. But it's really hard to know. And I obviously didn't plan this video because I'm crazy hella rambly and whatever, I don't care. That's fine. I'm just gonna do my thing. But I wanted to talk about it because it's not something that's easy to explain to people. And I know that, like, if someone were to look at me right now, they wouldn't have any idea how much pain I was in, or how exhausted I'm feeling, or the fact that, you know, I'm very dizzy and weak feeling and all of these things. Like, the whole concept of having a smaller battery is something that you can't see. And so it's something that we have to really monitor ourselves, and it's really easy to over push when you are first learning what size your battery is and kind of how to read your body's warning signs of, like, low battery, because you can't compare yourself to the people around you. You can't look at your friends, your significant others, your family members, whomever, your coworkers, whatever the case may be, and say, oh, I should have their level of energy if they are a healthy person in the normal definition of that. We can't compare ourselves to that. I can't compare myself to that, because what that person's full energy day, that didn't really make sense, but like energy for a day is about like 2 to 3 times what mine is. And what they can reasonably accomplish and expect themselves to accomplish in a day is about 2 to 3 times what I can. And that means that I have to tune into my body and listen to my body and figure out what she needs and what works best for her. And that can be really, really difficult for a lot of reasons. And it's just another reason why we really need to, and by we I mean I and we, the community, it's just so important to find that relationship with your body, and why I am working so hard on rebuilding the communication that I have lost with my body over the past little period of time, because I honestly didn't think that I would be this exhausted and worn out, but I am, and I can feel my pain creeping into the type of level where it's hard to get down, because once my pain gets to a certain level, it makes it really hard to get it down. So I have to be really mindful of that, and I'm really good, and this is not a brag, this is a admission of a bad trait. I am really good at pushing through and ignoring pain, which is not a good thing. I'm not bragging about that, and I don't encourage you to push through or ignore pain. I can tell you multiple stories about times when it's been a really, really bad outcome. So I'm learning to listen more and more every day. And right now, yeah, I am filming this video, but I am laying on or lounging on my couch, and I do plan to have this kind of be the period to the sentence of my day, if you will. And I just wanted to reach out to my community and to all of you and say, if you have a small battery too, or a smaller than average battery in terms of like your available energy on any given day, and if you feel like you get tired quickly and easily, or if your pain just like suddenly kicks in, it's not your fault. You're not a bad person. You're not lazy. Just please don't beat yourself up about it. It is so important to hold on to that self-love and that self-compassion, because you're doing the best you can with what you have. And honestly, the best thing that you can do for yourself when you are in one of these like crashes, or when you realize that your battery is on low, is to stop and rest. Take a nap. Remove yourself from the stimulating situation, or do whatever it is that you need to do. Do a meditation, do a restorative yoga practice, read a book, whatever it is, but transition into the rest of your day and allow it to be more restful. And this goes against so much of what our society teaches us and preaches, and it definitely is something that is hard to not feel like you are a worthless, lazy bum, because that's what we're told lazy people do. But you're not lazy. You are not lazy. So please just remember that. You're not lazy. You're not worthless. You are taking care of your body. You're taking care of yourself, and you are actually increasing your wellness, and I believe growing your battery by allowing it to be small and to recognize that it is small in the beginning. So I just wanted to reach out and touch base with you guys in a very like raw vlog style of, I had a pretty fun, mellow day getting some errands done after a very, very, very horrifically stressful week. And I was taken aback by how tired I am after just a few hours of like fun errands. I mean, I got my hair cut, for goodness sake, and went to lunch with my mom. Like the most difficult thing I did was go to the pharmacy. That's not that hard. I mean, like, I hate going to the pharmacy, but I go like 3 times a month, so I should have it down by now. But I'm exhausted, and I need to listen to my body, and I'm having pain, and I need to listen to that, and it's time for me to settle in for the rest of the day and to say, I'm tired, I need to rest, I need to acknowledge it, and it does not mean that I am any less valuable, worthy, or anything like that. So keep that internal dialogue positive, or at least neutral if that's the best you can do, and rest, take a nap, do what you gotta do. Like, honor your body, and that is the best way to find wellness and to move forward, because to compare yourself to, if you have any type of chronic illness, generally that means you have an energy deficit disorder too. It's just not fair to compare yourself to someone who doesn't. It's not fair to them, it's not fair to you, it's just silly. So don't. And to put that expectation on yourself is unfair, so don't do it. Give yourself permission to be who you are and to have the body that you have, and just like go with it, man. So that's all I've got for today. I am going to snuggle in and chill out and relax. Even though like my nervous chatterbrain wants to do a ton of cleaning, I know that that's a terrible idea, so it'll get done at another time. Be kind to yourself, be kind to each other. Thanks for hanging out with me today, and I look forward to talking to you again really, really soon. Sending you guys so much love, and if you're tired, rest, my loves, rest. Take care and have a great day.